Today we are adding another video to our time-lapse series, and this time it's about the cutouts and reinforcements for all of the containers that make up our 3-story, 7-container self-built home. A little warning for you guys, the first couple of minutes of this time-lapse are a little spotty and the camera footage is a little bit shaky. Keep in mind, it was 2018 when we started this project, so my camera skills and camera quality have immensely improved since then. But don't worry, things get better as the video progresses, so hang in there. I promise it's worth it. So these are the very first 2 containers that will eventually make up the first level of our house. We got our container being delivered. We're gonna drop it right here in front of the other 2 containers. Getting to this point took quite a while because we started with a completely undeveloped piece of land. So we had to clear our building site and also make a road first, which proved to be pretty challenging. So the crane is here. We're gonna move this container right here over there. This is so scary. Almost there. Those of you that have been following our journey for a while know that we started with 0 building or construction experience, and we've been learning everything along the way. So, just a side note for all of you new viewers out there. So by the time we got the first container on the foundation, it was a huge accomplishment for us. Looking back, I wish we would have done all the cutouts and reinforcements before we put it on the foundation, but you live, you learn. Okay, now we are diving into the first cutouts and reinforcements. So after placing all the steel inside the container to keep it from getting wet due to the constant misty air we get around here, we got to work on removing the panels by using an angle grinder with a 7-inch cutting disc and cutting as close to the bottom of the floor as we could. We cut the panels around 4 feet wide to make them easier to move around the building site. Once they get on the larger side, they are really hard to move around by hand. Once the first opening was completed, we started prepping to install the first interior reinforcements. So exciting! These were the beginning of my welding days. So I've come a long way since this moment. But anyways, now we are welding in the vertical and horizontal reinforcements for this opening. Like almost any structure, once you remove some of the structure, it weakens. So to compensate for that, we are adding in these reinforcements to each of our openings. And there are a lot. Just wait. All of our interior reinforcements are basically the same, but the reinforcements for the exterior doors and windows are a little bit different. We will get into that later in this video. Also, if you guys are interested, I have our reinforcement plans available for purchase through our website, and I'll include a link in the description for that. We have all of the details listed in there, and we specify all the sizes and specs of the steel and welds we did. And I have a special coupon code for you guys, so be sure to head down to the description to check that out. Now we're starting on our first cutout for an entrance door that will go into the first level. Welded in a reinforcement there, and Vion is back there cutting the other piece of steel that will go right here and across the top. So our window and door frames also double as reinforcements, so they also help support the cutouts. And we have some massive sliding glass doors to install, so the reinforcements are pretty important. For reference, this cutout right here is going to be for one of our sliding glass doors. And this is what I was talking about when I said the air is misty. I was basically engulfed by a cloud while I was welding. Here we have our first cutouts for some picture windows, which have a different kind of framing. So this is pretty much it for the first level. These are all of the cutouts and reinforcements. And with that being said, it's time to start the third container. Once we finished a couple of the cutouts and reinforcements for the third container, we had a little dance party to celebrate our progress and also just to enjoy life and the journey. But then it's right back to work. Grind, weld, paint, repeat. These cutouts are for 2 sliding glass doors. So we did our door frame reinforcements for these cutouts. And just like that, it's crane day again. So, time to place the third container in its final resting place. Now we're working on the interior cutouts and reinforcements of this container. So these cutouts will create what will eventually be part of our living room area on the second level. And now it's time to work on the fourth container, which will eventually be placed parallel to the third container so the cutouts will align with each other. But first, a word from today's sponsor. Tools, appliances, electronics, what do they all have in common?
You can power all of them with this.
Not only can you power a super wide variety of items with the ALLPOWERS R2500, you can also go completely off the grid with your choice of ALLPOWERS solar panels. What's great about this power station is it has a 2016 watt-hour capacity and it has 2500 watts of output power, so powering high output items like coffee machines or tools is no problem. The ALLPOWERS R2500 is a great product to take with you on any off-grid adventure and makes charging electronics and powering small items like lights or computers really easy and convenient. ALLPOWERS also has a pretty wide selection of solar panels that pair perfectly with this power station, which allows you to easily recharge the R2500 totally off the grid. But you can also recharge this power station with a car charger or standard outlet.
For whatever reason, I always need to power several items at once, and having multiple output ports makes it really helpful and convenient. That way, rather than having all my stuff all over the place because I would need several outlets, I can condense everything into one space.
A few other features that make the ALLPOWERS R2500 a great product are Bluetooth compatibility, a 5-year warranty, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. This power station has been working out great for us, both on and off the ranch. And right now, you can get 10% off your purchase with our discount code. So be sure to click the exclusive link in the description if you'd like to pick up the ALLPOWERS R2500 and any solar panel accessories to go with it. Special thank you to ALLPOWERS for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get back to it. Oh yeah, we also converted almost all of the container doors into functioning glass doors. But I didn't add any of that content to this video. However, I have an entire playlist about each conversion we did, so check that out if you're interested in seeing how we transformed the container doors into glass doors. In the next day or so, we will be moving this container over there. Fourth container crane day, here we go. So since it was winter, we decided to leave the last 2 openings for this container for a later time. So that way we don't get a bunch of rain leaking into the second level all winter long. So, just a side note about that. So the cross bracing was just for when we moved the container with the crane. We removed it shortly after it was placed. Alright, time to start the 5th container, and starting off small with one of the picture window frames. Once we finished with that, we got started on the first reinforcements, which we did on all the other containers, but I didn't film it as well. So here we are reinforcing the bottom C-channel of the container where our vertical reinforcements will be. And this information is also listed in the cutouts and reinforcement plans on our website. Little by little. Teamwork. And we're doing the exact same thing on the opposite side. For this container, one side will have exterior sliding glass doors installed, and the other side will be part of the interior of the house. And now we are progressing and getting into the cutouts of this container. And this was the first time I tried using my plasma cutter for the cutouts, and wow, it goes much faster. But even with a guide, it was pretty hard to be as straight and precise as I needed to be, so eventually we opted to use the angle grinder to make more precise cuts. I have since evolved and become mega precise at freehand plasma cuts, but back then, I was a beginner, so I was still learning. I'm still sort of a beginner, but I digress. So this opening is for the largest sliding glass door we have in the house, which is 12 feet wide, so it's a big door. Remember that window frame we welded at the beginning of the 5th container cutouts? Well, now we are finally getting around to cutting the opening and installing it. So now that we have one side completed, it's time to move on and get the other side finished up. With the other side pretty much complete, you know what it's time for? A little dance party. It's also time to paint, which is what we're doing in this part of the video. And we've arrived to another crane day. And adding the 5th container really changes the aesthetic of the house. Just wait and see. I don't think I mentioned this yet, but the entire house will eventually be black, for those of you that are wondering. We just haven't gotten around to refurbishing and painting the yellow parts yet. Okay, 6th container, let's go. Grind, weld, paint, repeat. This is the largest interior opening of the house, which will also be part of the living room area on the 2nd level. This container will eventually sit parallel to the rest of the containers on the 2nd level, but we will have to build the garage area first before we can place this container. Okay, 6th container is good to go. And now we are moving on to the 7th and final container. This container is going to sit on the third level parallel to the other container that's already on the third level, so the interior openings will align to create a larger space. Now that the last 2 containers are ready to be placed, and we finished building the second half of the foundation and the garage area, we can loop back around and do the cutouts and reinforcements on the 4th container. At this point, I feel like we've had a lot of experience with doing cutouts and reinforcements, so I felt like we were much more quick and efficient this go around. Like I mentioned before, the cutout and reinforcement plans are available through our website, and I'll include the link in the description for those of you who are interested. All the proceeds help support our channel so I can continue making content for you all to enjoy.
Sit down.
And with that last spray of paint, we completed the very last cutouts and reinforcements of our self-built shipping container house. Now the only thing left to do is place these two containers with the rest of the house. So first up is the 6th container, and it's going on the 2nd level above the garage. Before we place this 7th and final container onto the house, I'd like to take a moment to look back at the journey to get here. We started this project with an extremely ambitious dream of building a house and developing a piece of land with pretty much zero construction experience.
All of this stuff is completely new to me, so I don't really know the names of everything yet. We're just beginners. Gonna finish the driveway this brisk morning.
Everyone was like, "Yo, you crazy." And I was like, "I know, but YOLO."
We got a container being delivered. We're gonna drop it right here in front of the other 2 containers so that we can work on it before we put it on the foundation. We're doing the preliminary work for the foundation and just doing what we can while the weather's nice. That's awesome.
We did it!
So this is what it looks like after you work in concrete all day. You can see Bion's face is covered in concrete. This is so scary. Almost there.
We wanted to build something special, something unique, deep in the magical forest of the Pacific Northwest. Our visions continue to change and morph as we progress in this journey, but the goals stay the same. We want to continue to learn new skills and learn to be more self-sufficient in our lives, however that might look. We are extremely grateful to have the opportunity to build our dream house ourselves. To build this project, we've had to become very creative with sourcing materials and have learned to create beautiful things out of broken or damaged things. I read a quote once that said, "All things excellent are as difficult as they are rare." And with great ambition comes great effort. And I can confirm both of those quotes are true. In order to chase our dreams, we've had to make a lot of sacrifices, and at times, it's been very tough. So, after spending like an hour and a half checking all of the outlets and the plugs and things like that, now we have to stop what we're doing in the middle of what we're doing to drive an hour and a half to go exchange our welder for a new welder. But I don't know, I guess that's life. What can you do? Things happen. So, I'm gonna get a little real right now and explain just how hard it is for us. We are still going to try to sandblast the last part of the 7th container. And this is what we look like after a long day of sandblasting. I can't really talk too much because I have sand all over my face. Woo! Wow, it is like actually 9 p.m. and Maya is just painting right now. So we still have a lot of digging to do. We are absolutely exhausted. This is probably one of the most physically demanding things we've done. So, evidently the apocalypse is happening. I don't know if you can see, but it's like you can't even see the sun. It's just orange and very, very smoky and creepy. And like every time that we get glass panels, it's raining. That's life.
Tools, Oregon. So
I'm sorry, I have to do a close-up. Can you give me like a 360?
So this is what you look like when you paint 7 gallon.
Yeah, poor babe. We continue to push our limits both mentally and physically to complete each step of this journey. Oh my god, I'm dead. 80 feet of welding in one day was really intense. Though we face challenges every day, we have also had a lot of laughs along the way.
Front head protection.
It's a poor head.
Oh.
Teamwork, teamwork, teamwork.
Teamwork.
Cool beans.
Cool beans.
Cool
Cool,
beans.
cool, cool,
Cool
cool.
beans. Cool beans.
Cool beans.
Cool beans.
Cool beans.
Cool beans. Cool beans. Beans. Cool beans. Cool beans. Cool beans. Cool beans. Cool beans.
1, 2, 3.
So we have the whole hillside that is basically a giant poop water park. And of course, I needed a quick dance sesh for motivational purposes. Indeed, we are building this house. But this house is also building us. The house has forged us into people we never knew we could become. It's given me the strength and courage to push myself beyond my limits and become who I am today.
So we ended up working pretty late into the night. What time is it? Do you know? 8:40. Wow, yeah.
Through the challenges I've faced, it's shown me what I'm capable of, and it's beyond anything I could have ever imagined. I've learned that the joy is in the journey, and to use failure as a learning tool. We still have a lot to learn and a lot to build, so be sure to subscribe to join us on this crazy journey. Which means I am ready to work. This is the soundtrack to our life. We've made a lot of progress. Now, what you've all been waiting for. And voila! The 7th container has been placed, and we have made another milestone in our build. I hope you enjoyed this video and the condensed version of the cutouts and reinforcements. If you'd like to see the full videos, I have them all on a playlist on our channel. So that's the journey of how we did all of the cutouts and reinforcements for our container house. Be sure to check out our other time-lapse videos to see the other steps of our build process. And subscribe if you haven't already to join us on our projects and adventures. We have a lot of big things planned for the ranch, so stay tuned and we'll see you in the next video. Help support our channel by leaving a comment, liking, and sharing this video. As always, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up with our projects and adventures on Pacific Pines Ranch. We put out new videos every Saturday and sometimes even during the week, so be sure to subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss any. Okay, bye.
I'll do it again.
Look my muscle. Okay. Pop me up because I'm falling.
It's good?
Na 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 na.